I've been briefed by the Home Secretary about this absolutely sickening attack in Woolwich in London. It is the most appalling crime. We obviously are urgently seeking, and the police are urgently seeking, the full facts about this case, but there are strong indications that it is a terrorist incident. 2 people at the scene of the murder were wounded by the police, and they are being treated as suspects. The Home Secretary is chairing COBRA tonight to bring together the police, the security services, all of the agencies, so that we gather every piece of information that we can. The police and the security services in the UK will get all of the support that they need to deal with this, or indeed with any other incident. I'll be returning to London later tonight so that I can chair a COBRA meeting again in the morning to make sure that we have all of the facts of this case. Tonight, our thoughts should be with the victim, with their family, with their friends. People across Britain, people in every community, I believe, will utterly condemn this attack. We have had these sorts of attacks before in our country, and we never buckle in the face of them. Francois, thank you for what you said about the relationship between Britain and France. I think we share very similar views about this. I'm passionate that the relationship between our countries is incredibly important for both of us. It's a relationship based on a long history of cooperation. Yes, of course, we have our disagreements, and we're good enough friends not to worry about having those disagreements and discussing them. But actually, we are 2 countries with so many common interests, both as members of the European Union, as members of NATO, as permanent members of the Security Council at the UN. We both have significant armed forces. We share similar economies and similar ambitions. And as you just said, we always stand together in the fight against extremism, against violence, and against terrorism, and we're proud to do that together. As I said, we should never fear to disagree when we do disagree, but actually there are so many areas of active cooperation between us. On defence cooperation, we've instituted very high-level discussions and actions, including recent particular equipment orders. I very much admire the action that you took in Mali, in North Africa. I think I was one of the first to offer my support, not just verbal support, but support in terms of British equipment and RAF planes. We're working very closely together, as the President has said, on the issue of Syria, where we both believe we need to put further pressure on that regime to come to the negotiating table, and we both strongly support the Syrian opposition. We cooperate over nuclear power, where we see a future for nuclear as an important power source in our countries. We have important discussions today on all of these issues and others, including the situations in Libya and other North African countries. We also discussed, and I'm sure will continue to discuss, the issue of the future of Europe, as you yourself set out. Today at the European Council, we had very positive, very useful discussions about energy policy, but also about the issue of tax, where we have a very much combined approach, wanting to make sure we have proper international cooperation on sharing tax information, making sure that companies pay taxes appropriately. And this issue, where there has been strong Anglo-French cooperation, has helped to unlock a European agreement that I think can make a real difference for the future. We discussed the G8 agenda, where I believe that we can work very closely together on trade, on transparency, on tax issues, and also it's notable that both Britain and France will be going ahead with the process of joining the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative to show that this agenda for us is not simply about making sure our own countries benefit from tax reform and transparency, but also we help those countries in the developing world for whom having minerals should be a blessing and not a curse. As ever, it's very good to see you today and have these discussions today. I hope you'll forgive me for returning to London slightly earlier tonight than I was planning, but it's a pleasure to be with you here today. Thank you.